headphones on. Good morning, y'all. I ain't even ready. They talking about she can't hear. I ain't even got my stuff ready. I'm sorry. Good morning. This is the Pipeline DFWiRadio. I am one of your hosts, Treetop, and
Candy Rodriguez.
How you doing, Candy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We good. We gotta say what's up to Jones before he leaves us real quick. Jones, what's up, bro?
Hey, Jones.
So, remember that food poison I said I had?
The boo-boo time.
I told you the story, right?
You had the boo-boo.
You had the boo-boo.
Well, here's the deal.
You had the boo-boo.
The food poison ended up not being food poison. It ended up being a damn hernia.
A hernia?
Oh, my God.
The hernia was causing the partial bowel blockage.
Bro, you know you're supposed to be wiping with wipes.
No.
Don't be afraid. Just because we're men, like, you gotta take care
This
of
ain't
your
got
ass.
nothing to do with wiping your behind.
Oh my God.
Bro, I've had the hernia since I was 5, but I didn't know it. It was dormant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they take the CAT scan, they like,
got a hernia.
The hernia is causing the bowel blockage, which is causing your misery.
Oh,
Long
Lord.
story short, all them weeks I wasn't here, I'm thinking I'm dying of food poisoning.
Food poison.
So they did an incision like this, and it was this big. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So guess what? Now I'm good.
So can it come back or no?
No. It's gone. This ain't like
my
hair.
ass, I'm over here shaking like a motherfucker. Damn, it wasn't even me.
No, because y'all saw how miserable I look, bro.
Yes.
Bro, you look bad, fam. Huh?
No.
Oh, goddamn.
That's the scar.
Where's that at?
Yeah, bro. Goddamn.
My left nut hurts.
You're
I watch that bitch like this, and I'm done. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Did they put you to sleep for that?
hell yeah, they put me to sleep.
I was about to say, damn, I was not
Hey,
gonna
this
wait
ain't
for
the Oak
that.
Cliff Hospital.
Damn, bro.
So for me, the surgery was like 2 minutes long. For everybody else, it was like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Because he was like, I'm gonna hit you with this little cocktail, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, that mother put you out too, boy.
Last thing I remember was rapping Busta Rhymes. I was talking about, put your hands on my eyes can see. That's all I remember saying.
Hey, you know what? Hey, look at them hands. Look at them hands come past. No. And you know what's crazy, bro? Because I've had surgery before, and they put you out like that. It's if they can put you out just like that for
that's terrifying.
For surgery.
That's terrifying to me.
That's scary as fuck. Bro.
I told somebody, I said, that kind of drug, either the propofol or the other one they had for me, if that gets in the wrong hands, it's deadly.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
yeah.
when you wake up, you don't remember anything.
It is in the wrong hands.
I just
I
remember seeing the lights that are above, the lights when you go into the operating room.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember seeing them. They got real shiny, and I said, I was done.
How long you think you were out?
I was out 2 hours.
No, but like as soon as they gave you the meds.
Oh man, I was.
It don't take long.
It
don't take long. When I got my knee cut open,
you
it don't
faint
take
quick.
long at all.
And the beautiful part is,
I've never been through any major surgery, so I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I started thinking the worst.
Wow.
I remember that 2020 series when the people was getting them anesthetics, but they could still feel the pain in the surgery. Bro, but you can't move and do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I bite my knuckles like,
It is a scary experience if you really think about it, because you got to really think you don't know what the hell is going on.
You don't know.
And
Yeah.
you wake up, you in a comfortable position. You be like, oh,
Yeah.
hey.
like real
You
tough.
look at your shit, you be like, first thing I start checking is my appendixes and stuff. I want to make sure
Everything's still in there.
Fuck the knee, you know what I mean? But it is.
Oh yeah, because I told him, hey bruh, it's on this side. Like the hernia's on this side. They was laughing. He got a little pen and marked. Yeah, put a note that it's on this side.
Nah,
Don't be
bullshit.
opening up
No.
any other
You
areas.
laughing, but there have been people that went in and they got their leg amputated and they weren't supposed to get their leg amputated.
See,
What?
Real talk. Like
Y'all be
like on
mad
that.
as hell.
What movie was that? Was that Booty Call when he switched the papers on?
Yes.
And motherfuckers about to get his nuts knocked off.
yeah. This really does happen.
Stuff it be happening like that for real.
So when I went in, I said mark where, I was specific. Left side.
Ain't finna fix me shit.
Right here. I don't want you taking something from this side. You wake up, you got a bat with no ball.
Look, man, the blessings that you came out right, you feeling better, man.
I know. You
man?
didn't look
Take
too
care
good.
of yourself, man.
Now, I'm gonna admit something though. Mind you, I hadn't ate a real solid meal in 3 weeks. Really, I went 6 days straight with no meal, but like 3 weeks. Soon as we left the hospital, I said, Doc, what's my diet restrictions? He said, you don't have any. I took my ass to Carl's Jr. They got that brand new.
Hard-headed.
Just listen to me. Treetop.
Hard-headed.
Treetop. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I went and got me that Beyond Meat burger. Bro, Don't sleep, bro.
That shit, I've had it.
Don't.
I had it in the original place in Austin. That shit's trash.
I never even had
And
Carlos.
then it still has chemicals in it. It's
It tastes-
beyond just beyond. It still has
tastes,
chemicals
it
and shit
tastes
in it.
just like, dog, you're talking to a man who hadn't ate in 3 weeks.
I understand.
Exactly.
If you're gonna do that, you might well
The
get some
whole
Rudy's
buffet.
chicken or something. If you want
No,
to.
you're trying to kill me.
Well,
bro.
I'm just saying. If you want to just say, I'm happy I can eat
First of all,
again.
we don't eat meat. You know that.
I
I go
know
to
that.
Rudy's.
I know.
I'm not here right now.
I
Y'all
know.
heard
That's
about
true.
Jones? He took Street Top's advice.
Oh,
Now,
no.
I'm
look,
done.
Man, well, look, man. We happy you're here, but that don't like to be on burger. We
Beyond
hear
Burger
myself
tastes
at
like a
all.
Whopper to me. It's pretty good.
man.
You can't
What I
eat
do
I
want to.
can't. I don't know why. Is it on though? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I think my ears are topped up
what up?
from Prime last night. There you go. I can hear myself.
I appreciate
Yay.
it, brother. I appreciate it, brother. No. What I do want to shine some light on them fucked up ass shoes I went through.
Man.
Nah. Did
You
you
hear how much money Nike lost on that,
Bruh.
bro?
Bruh.
First of all, this happened during a game where people were paying $2,500 and up to watch him play for 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Another reason why you.
I
be
heard he's
paying college.
amazing. I've seen a few of his games when I started hearing more like him blowing up and stuff.
That's
so.
another reason why they should be paying these players. But you know what? I keep saying this. NCAA has a year, maybe 2 years, and then you're going to see a significant drop. Because, you know, the G League coming in, and they can go in and make some money now. And they
Hold on, what's the G League? I'm not
G League is the
familiar with it.
developmental
Yep.
league for the NBA.
And guess what? College is about to be null and void. Because think about if Zion wins and blew his knee out.
Mm-hmm.
Think if he blew his knee out, like for real. Bro, you understand, this is the biggest college prospect in how many years?
A long time. I think
30, 40,
I
50
think they were
years,
saying
maybe?
since LeBron or
No,
something.
LeBron didn't go to college.
This is crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I
If
want you to
LeBron
finish
didn't
your
go to
point.
college, he would be the biggest since LeBron.
I want you to finish your
Yeah.
point, but this is the crazy thing. I don't think he's gonna.
Shaq?
He ain't
I
gonna be
don't think
shit.
he's gonna be that great
not.
as people think
You
he
don't
is.
think
He's
so?
not.
Because he doesn't have any
He
go-to
don't have no
moves.
fundamental skills. He's athletic, but
He's
he can't,
but he's
he can't
athletic.
shoot to save his life.
He's a freak. But at the same time, you going into a league where everybody's strong. And
Everybody.
big. And you gonna have to bang with these.
That's true. The people he's competing.
He's
with,
gonna
skills
being
have to be
He's
up
gonna
to
have
par.
to drop weight. He can't stay at that weight for too long in the NBA. They're gonna dust him.
You think
RJ
so? Though?
Barrett is the
because
one who-
LeBron's
That boy can
big.
play.
And
That's the
what's
one
his
that you
name?
be
That boy
looking
can
at.
play.
RJ Barrett is a fool.
He can play.
I don't
He's
know who
nice.
that is.
But see, Zion can't really shoot. He's just once he gets
He shoot
right in
better
that
than all
paint,
of them.
he gonna do you in.
I will say that he shoot better than all of them. They all can't
But
shoot.
guess what though? I'm with you. I still don't think he's gonna be what people project him to be in the league. I don't.
Yeah, I mean another reason why I fuck with LeVar so much. BBB, regardless of what people think about,
Hey,
think about,
he on the
you ain't seen his shoe that he made bust on nobody, but even nobody don't wear them, and they
No,
cost
exactly.
a lot of money.
Nobody wears
But
them.
this is the thing about Nike. I don't like, and then we gonna go into the meat and potatoes where we compare tonight. But this is what I don't like about Nike shoes. They look good as hell, but if you're an athlete, them bitches hurt. First of all, you ain't supposed to. How I know a basketball shoe to be, as much as gripping and turning and things that we doing, I don't want no shoe where I can pinch my skin. Because you have mesh. It's pretty much mesh, and you got those wires that's holding everything up now. And it's all elastic. That scares the shit out of me as a basketball player.
I don't know. I've always worn. I think it was Nikes or the last basketball shoes I got were like the Kyries.
Luke Gray, what up, bro? Which one?
The Kyries.
I mean, they look good. I wear
They
them
were
every
actually
day.
really comfortable though. The Kyries.
I got J's on now, but I'm not hooping in them.
No,
I'm not
I wouldn't
hooping in
have
them.
enjoyed them at all.
I need something that's gonna protect my foot. You know what I mean? Which is a good way, good transition to what we talking about. Maybe protect. We say we're gonna be talking about relationships today.
Yes.
Relationships today. So some people might be mad at me at the end of this. Some people may be
Yes.
mad at her today. Before we
Prepare
get into
yourselves.
this, I wanna be clear that when I'm talking on this perspective, I'm talking as a black man, and I can only relate to a black community. Same thing with you. You've been Puerto Rican. Correct? I don't want to say Cuban. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm not Cuban.
I
I'm
am not
Puerto
Cuban.
Rican.
I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. Thank you.
You see how that twang came out? As soon as you said that twang came out quick. Goddamn. Nah, but when as we're speaking, again, we're all melanated, so this all relates to us in some shapes, forms, or fashion.
Yes.
But I'm speaking from a black man's perspective because the black community has been under attack for so long. So I have to put that out there as when I'm talking, because you may be of a different race. When we having this conversation, you may not be able to relate to what the hell I'm talking about today. So relationships.
Yo.
We don't never talk about relationships.
You sound like Cardi. Stop.
Do I sound like Cardi? I don't sound like Cardi. I don't sound like Cardi.
She be sounding like that.
Is that what she be doing? I cannot do that shit. Shout out to Cardi for winning.
I love her.
Just giving us some shit. So, like, how did you feel about everybody attacking her?
I was low key. I love her. I love her because where she came from. Plus, I mean, hello, she's from New York, so I support any New York artists. But I feel like she deserved it. I really do. But I think they're just trying to throw shade because trying to put fuel onto that Nicki beef thing. That's all it really is. Because every time I would see something, it's like, oh, Nicki's won so and so and like consecutive in the years, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, but still, it don't matter. Like she deserved it as much as anybody else.
I mean, for me, I just think our standards are so fucked up.
Yeah.
As people, like, even in the industry, like, it used to be in the 90s. We could maybe say in the early 2000s it really started that bling bling part generation, but the 90s, early 90s, like quality of music, quality of hip hop was important.
Mm-hmm.
Money happened.
Yeah, but you know what?
Big business happened.
But compromise and selling that had already been with us. You know what I mean? So you know that can definitely be applied to relationships.
Yeah.
But the standards. Even in relationships, we don't have standards anymore. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like that's some things. But I know me and you were talking. We was talking about what we want to kind of talk about this week, and we spoke on moving on. But I think it's even before that on why relationships.
There's a lot more
why
before
relationships fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think we get into relationships sometimes and. Hell, we ain't even right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I got a homie right now that's and love him to death, just going through a divorce and he back involved with somebody else. I'm like, bro, you ain't even healed, fam.
Yeah. It's like I was watching this. I don't want to say a seminar, but he's like a pastor / like motivational speaker kind of thing.
Inspiration Vernon.
And he was kind of like, how are you gonna give 100% to somebody when you're only 20? And I was like, oh damn, because it's true. Like you over here trying to commit yourself to a relationship and give 100, but when you're not even good, you only have like 20%.
Right.
How are you supposed to do that?
Right.
Like you can't. So it's just, I feel like a lot of us just we jump in it too fast, or we give our all without knowing that the other person's going to give their all too. Because at the end of the day, like if you're trying to help that person grow, they got to help you grow too.
But even there has to be a reason. Like I think a lot of us that do prefer relationships, I think we don't like to be lonely. I know I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like the void feel unless I'm creating. If I'm creating, that's a whole different thing. I want to be by myself because I need my mind to. The homie Vernon said they fail because two people are together that's not in love. And you know what? I don't even think it's that. I think you can love. You can. I think you're in love. Like I said, I just think it's sometimes when you go into a relationship, and again, if you're not right within, if that person's not right within, y'all already got bad energy going into this shit. You gotta address. You gotta be honest with. We gotta be honest with ourselves sometimes.
But that's what I was gonna say. But in a lot of cases, you don't want to be honest with yourself. You just want to be like, oh, I'm in the lovey-dovey stage. Like, oh my God, I love him. But there's a really big difference of loving someone and being in love with them. Like, you can love someone, care for them, you know, something happens to them, like,
right,
that's
food.
fine. Exactly. You can love anything. You know, I love soda, but it's bad for me. You can love somebody, but they're bad for them.
That's a good ass now because there are toxic people for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's and then we get into these relationships and things happen, and sometimes you have unfortunate things that kind of bind us to that person.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And that be the worst.
Because that's how do you escape from it?
Ooh, we can get. You know what? That right there, that getting bind to somebody. That's to say, if you don't love them, that creates so many different branches you can go off into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, and these are all opinions when I spoke. You can love anyone, but in love is different. Love
exactly.
is different. I think a lot of the things where we suffer with today, as far as relationships, especially in our community, definitely is systematic.
How so?
And specifically, look at the 60s. Civil rights came in. You know, they started adding in Planned Parenthood and all these different little programs. Yeah. And even the feminist movement. Feminist movement was what? A white woman's problem. If you really look at it, it's a white woman's problem. It was fucking what it was.
Okay.
Anything I say, go look that shit up. Go do your research. Shit's facts, bro. Truth. I say truth because facts you can alter. But you talking about all this stuff that was going on during these times, and there was a report I just heard about and I just read, and it sounds like the Morningham report, but it's not the Morningham report. When you type in Morningham, the real report will come up. But I'll post it on my Facebook after this. But it was a report that stated in 1965 they predicted, specifically in the black neighborhood, we would be at where we were at right now.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And you know what I mean? It's just like, that's why I say this shit's systematic.
It's like The Simpsons.
Boy, that shit right there. Hey, somebody need this, man. The Simpsons is coming up with too much truth.
Bro, it's low-key kind of scary.
So my homie say, like, man, I'm with someone who my heart with. Somebody said basically, shit, I got too much shit going on Facebook Live. I got messages and shit coming through. Somebody said I'm not in love. I mean, and that's unfortunate, man. You know what I mean? Like, because it's hard. Love is hard.
You said he's with somebody he's not in love with.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you still in the relationship?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Security.
Hey,
bonded by the children.
Money.
Some people
hey,
say
bills.
I mean, yes.
Bills.
It becomes a business decision. Unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, but you rather pick bills, and I okay, this is gonna sound really mean, but from past experiences, from my friends or from myself or even from my family, I've realized staying in a relationship for the kids is not always the right answer, or for financial stability. Like, sometimes you have to make yourself happy. Doesn't mean you're abandoning your kids. You can still be a mother and a father to your kids. But what are you teaching your children? What are you teaching yourself if you're going to stay in a relationship for that?
And you say, I moved them here from another city and don't want to hurt them. And that's tough. That's tough. I would say this, though. You know what I mean? Like, every situation is not to give up on, too.
That's true.
Because I think that also goes to why relationships, because like I said, moving on, you can't get to moving on until you explain why relationships even fucking fail in the first place. And mind you, we not experts. We both make, everybody in this room would make mistakes. Everybody in this room fuck up.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, whether we want. He said, shit, not me, goddammit, not me.
Hey, I just got off of I won't say how long, but a tour of fucked up. So
yeah, and it happens, especially as,
that happens. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Especially like I said, when you're talking about a system that's designed for you to fail. Not even putting in finances. Finances is one of the I would say the number one thing why relationships fuck up. It is finances, if you ask me. But outside of finances, the influence alone that the system puts on relationships to not exist is fucking crazy. How many healthy black relationships do you see even on TV? Go ahead, think about it. I'll wait. Spoken for my words from my brother Cat Williams. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I think they're not celebrities necessarily, but I think the only positive role model that I've seen so far in years, it was when Michelle Obama and Barack Obama were together. Well, are together. I think that was the closest thing that we could see. But then again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But at least a public figure.
It's a public figure.
I could see they were a good role model.
I just don't like the public figure of our skin color to be used as a pun person. Which a lot of us are puns. Shout out to that. Did anybody see that conversation between Steve Harvey and Monique?
No, I've been dying to see it though.
That shit right there,
Money versus integrity.
bruh. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's just a microscope of what we're talking about right now. Integrity versus what? You know what I mean? But again, like
There's
I said,
just a lot into it at the end of the day. Like there really is.
but what makes us get to that point and say, I just want to drop this? Because again, we definitely saying we can agree that finances is one thing, and that's unfortunate too, because we are not in a position in the community to hire or neither fire as a whole, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
What? Hold on. Say that again. What?
Follow me. Finances.
Mm-hmm.
We all agree that's one of the, maybe if not number one of the top reasons why our relationships fail. And we talking about a unit, and if that's one of the reasons why we fail or not even give a person a chance, think about it like this: are we the ones, majority wise, that own a business that either hire or fire? Do we have a corporation? Do we have a top 500 corporations? Do people that look like us control these companies?
No.
It's who?
The white people. Sorry, but the
Say
white
it.
people.
Say it, it's the truth.
It's the white people.
White people.
But why do we? But why do we act as if we can control that shit? We can only control what we can control, and we in a situation, a generation right now where I see more women getting hired than before men.
Well, I don't mean
Tyrone,
this as
whatever.
like any shade or anything like that, but I feel like, at least in my perspective right now, through stuff that I've been going through, like I feel like I have to be more money hungry than the person next to me, even if it's a man or a woman.
Right.
And it's just like,
Which I'm not saying you shouldn't be.
no, and I mean, but it's just, I feel like women right now are having to step up to be their own man.
But why is that? But see, because think about it.
Because sadly, men are not holding their position.
Why though?
I'm not a man, so I don't know.
But you got to think though. It's just like the Special Olympics. When the Special Olympics first came out, there was no autism, right? Now it's autism all fucking down. Special Olympics. Special Olympics started in the '60s, correct? Sometime in the '60s. If this is the case, where the fuck does all this autism come from? Okay, same thing with why you say we asking the question of why aren't men stepping up and being those men and doing the certain things? Where's that shit dropping from? I'm speaking in the black community.
Like I feel like they don't have role models to even be that.
Now we get into
a lot of the black community don't have a good a father figure to even go off of, to be like, okay, this is how I have to be a dad, or this is how I have to be a husband, because sadly, like they don't have it.
So you're finding the trickle down, right? Where are the fathers?
I don't know.
Either locked up,
prison.
I mean, I feel like they just, I don't know.
Hold on. This is what we said. We neither hire or fire, because they either in prison. If they get out of prison, they have a record. So think about how even hard it is to go get a job, even at McDonald's with a record.
Yeah.
Okay, so either dead or you stop looking for work. So now you're not even on the you're not even counted towards the unemployment rate. So you don't matter no more. So you think about all these little different statistics and different things like that, and it puts us to where? It puts us to the point where we look at it. He can't provide for me. I gotta either turn to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam's the new man in the house. Some of these programs that happened in the '60s, you couldn't have a fucking man in the house to get that shit.
That's where I was about to go to.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's real shit. And it's still the same thing today, because if that income is based off income, what you bringing in the house.
Yeah.
If two people come in, now you don't qualify for certain things.
I mean, I understand that, but like I can put a perfect example for that. Like my parents are the most hardworking people I've ever known. Really, my dad's a perfect example of what I want in a man. And it sucks because, I mean, ain't nobody compared to daddy. Like, no one's ever going to. But I remember we went through a time period where, like, we were struggling really, really hard.
Right.
And it was to the point where it's like, what are we going to eat? Like, just to get a gallon of milk.
Right.
And they went to go apply for food stamps. They both were working. It just wasn't enough.
Right.
And they got denied.
Yeah.
And we're just like, bro, like, how are we getting denied?
Because
Like, if we literally don't have enough to feed our own kids.
again,
Like,
you're talking about
it's
those
just insane.
pressures, those pressures, those you're supposed to be the man, but you have all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if your father had any records or anything in the
No.
background. So
No,
this is just a man
no.
who's just not even getting a chance. Think about the ones who
Yeah.
have records. And we already know that it's a higher incarceration rate for black men in anybody in the world. These are statistics you can go look up. So you start adding these different things in. Think about the pressure you getting put. You getting looked upside your head. Oh, you just been sitting all day. Ain't like I ain't even looking for no fucking job. Indeed, ain't working.
I mean, I understand that, but how do you say it? Like, you have to change the mindset. Okay, your dad was in jail. Your dad's a felon. Whatever. But that doesn't make you one. Why do you have to be? You know what I mean?
That's just one example.
No,
I'm
I
just
understand
giving one
that, but
small
like,
example.
what I'm trying to get at is just like, I understand there might not be that figure of a father or to show you how to be a husband and so forth, but why not try? Why not put everything into it?
Think about it like this, though. Think about it like this. As much women, there's some incredible women. Women out there that have done a great job raising boys.
Definitely.
But it takes a man to teach a man how to be a man.
Exactly. I agree with that.
When you make that household void of that man, which is what the program, these programs did, which is what prison does, which is what death does, which is what crack and all these other different things. This is what all this stuff does. When you start taking this out the household, what's going to happen? You're raised by a woman. And I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying that a woman can't raise them, but the reaction to certain challenges and different things like that, how to treat a woman, that example's not being set.
But it can still be set by the mother. You don't think so?
For you gotta.
I'm trying to get I understand there's more a dad can do, but
it's a psychological thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a psychological thing. If I see my father treating this woman a certain way, holding the door. I go my sons. I don't allow them to walk through the door if there's a woman right there. You sit there and let that woman walk through the door first. Just because I have to show them to cater to your woman. You know what I mean?
Gary said no. It don't. I don't have a father, and I handle my business every day. Take care of my kids on my own, and know how to treat a woman.
I'm not.
It doesn't have to be a father. Just a male figure that can be the example is the main thing, and a lot of them is unfortunately.
I don't know Gary's situation, but everybody's. Everybody's. That's great, Gary. Everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But there's a lot more cases. That's not the fact.
Yeah.
It's not the point.
And that's. I guess that's the point. Is how as women. I mean, I don't want to say fix because you can't fix somebody, but how do I guess we understand to be able to take a step back? Because at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, you can't continue to stay in a marriage or in a relationship and try to make a man into a boy to a man. Like, I'm sorry, but I ain't got time for that. I don't.
And unfortunately, we are at a point in time where that programming has us to a point where independent woman. People who think they're independent and that whole thing is in effect. You know what I mean? Women take the role of men now. Because sometimes you have to now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because there's nobody there. So we are at that point right now. I don't have the answer to tell to how a man to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Except go through the goddamn experiences. That's the only way you can. Like literally you have to go through the shit.
Yeah.
But that's why I say it's so. I think that correlation of being able to get over that hump, where we see a lot of men they're not able to, because it's not necessarily the success story, but the attempt, the example of the attempt by that man.
Exactly.
I might not come. I might think about it. What was their wages? You look at Good Times, and the pops was going out. Well, even though it had a lot of shit on Good Times I didn't like, the example that I fuck with is I might not make all the money on this one job, but I'm gonna do as many fucking jobs I can to provide. Exactly, and that's how I look at it. Because my dad's that person. Like, it doesn't matter what he does. He's I'll put it like this: he's a hustler, but a legal hustler. Right. Like, my dad fixes laptops. My dad fixes cars. My dad will go drive if he has to drive. My dad will do anything. And that was before he retired. Whatever it takes. Like, he did anything and everything. And I see that hustle in you, but think about how many people who don't have that example and lose a job or whatever it may be. And some people give up. You have crackheads and different things like that. People addicted on drugs because they couldn't deal with something. Oh, there was something that they couldn't deal with. And if you don't have that example to learn how to push through, sometimes that's what happens. I'm not saying everybody, Gary. Gary, you sound like you're doing a good, perfect job. I don't know if you still with your woman. You do amazing. Is he still with his woman? I don't think so. No. Okay, that's even a whole different thing right there. No. That's what we're talking about right now. He's a great daddy. Well, I'm not saying. I bet he is. Anybody who's in their kid's life is a great father. If you ask me. Mm-hmm. But there's a reason why you're not with the child's mother anymore. And like I said, that's what we were talking about, relationships. What is it that's in us? Is that because I feel like you ain't laying down with nobody having no baby. For most cases, in most cases, unless you really care for them, loving them or something. Yeah. So what's causing that breakup? What's causing you to get to that point where we wanted to talk about moving on? I mean, I guess there's just so much you can handle. Like, you can commit yourself to somebody and give your all, but if you're not getting that in return 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, like, what's the point? Like, I'm not going to be miserable and stay miserable in a relationship. Yeah. I don't care if I'm married. I don't care if it's just a basic relationship. Yeah. But number one, and sorry, I don't care if you get offended or not, but I'm not going to, number one, stay in a marriage just because the Bible says so. I'm not going to stay in a marriage because, everybody, wants us to be together. I don't care what anybody else wants. I know what I want. I know that I deserve to be happy. I know that I deserve to have these certain things. I'm not materialistic. I don't care about the stuff like that. But it's just a simple fact that in my mindset, a man's supposed to be the man of the household spiritually and financially. And honestly, like, if you can't provide for me financially, which doesn't mean you have to be the only one working. Right. But if you can't also pour into me and help me grow as a person, through God, through anything, I have no point for you. I'm sorry. You know what? And like I said, a lot of that is maturity. Maturity, right? Gary said, you just gotta know what's right from wrong, because she was a crazy bitch and my baby mama was not mentally stable. But again, you laid down with her. Yeah. So that was, even though she was crazy, that craziness turned you on at some point in time, goddamn, Gary. We gotta be real right by now, goddamn, Gary. Like, look, shit. Okay. Look, and I'm only saying this because there was something that happened. Yeah. That made you say, okay, I can't do this anymore. Mm-hmm. And what we're saying is, what gets us to that point to say, I'm done? You know what I mean? Was it something that we may have, if we would have took the time to maybe fix something within ourselves? Yeah. Or even address? Because sometimes you may need to address it with that person. It could make you 10 times stronger. Mm-hmm. That's something I had to learn. Well, I think definitely. Communication is a big, big part of it. Yeah. But let's put it like this. Like, if I tell you, okay, say, or not tell you, but your wife tells you. I'm sorry. I gotta. Somebody said something on her. Vernon said something on her, and this hit home. Okay. He said his was, my term is sometimes it's about sex, and have sex a lot get old. That's why people end up cheating and want to break up. See, I'm one. I used to be like, I've digressed, and I blame a lot of that on college basketball and things like that. Wait, what? I was exposed to a lot of women and different things like that. Okay. Like, that was one thing I had to really, like, what's the word? Become. I had to get disciplined with. I had to become more busy and understand what was at jeopardy because of that. So you hit home when you said that, Vernon. Susie, what up? What was you saying? I'm sorry.
Damn, I forgot.
My bad. When I interject like that, you gotta keep it on your mind. My bad.
So I'll throw this in there. So you take time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're together for however many years.
Come a little bit closer.
Yeah. So from what age though? Because you got somebody, they'll be together for 10 years, but if they were together from 20 to 30,
you've changed. Oh, that's a big growing period.
Changed, man.
Yeah. You're not even the same motherfucker no more.
So now it's like at 20, you like this person.
Yeah.
But at 23, you have to see if you still can be compatible with this person at this age,
and that's
with
long.
those experiences.
Like early 20s,
time.
That's fast to be with somebody.
You learn a lot over them years.
Yeah.
You know
20?
what I mean?
At 20?
Yeah.
20,
bro. Like,
Yeah.
man, look, I met my wife, I was 24.
24.
That was
You still married? Wow.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that I'm somebody at 34. Well, I will be 34.
Damn, I didn't know you were that old.
that
Not that you're old.
Black don't crack, bro. Black don't crack, bro.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have to be the person at 34 compatible with my wife, who she is now, and grown from who I was at 24.
See, but you at least have common sense in that. You're growing.
But you know what?
A lot of niggas don't have common sense when it comes to that.
And,
like,
and
they don't.
That came with a lot of work and a lot of pain at times. But you gotta, if you know it's worth it, you work through that.
Right. And then I would say this.
Within reason.
I would say this. My wife has been very patient. Like, maturity is... I had to grow the fuck up. I really did have to grow the fuck up. And I'm still growing. I can be very immature sometimes. But, you know what I mean? I think that's all of us. And you got to understand it.
See, but when did you marry your wife? How old are you? I'm going to ask.
It might be the feds, man.
Shut up. You know me better than that. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Damn, y'all really? I thought, okay. 33?
Black don't crack.
Okay. So, at what age did you meet your wife?
Hold up.
Because, I mean, he said something, too, so
Grown
that's
ass
what
man.
I want to know.
No. We met when I was 23, but we dated for a little bit and we broke up when we stopped talking for a while. And then we got back together.
Okay, so how did you change? What was your growing process throughout that? When you started being together?
I had a fucked up attitude. I had a real fucked up attitude. But I also was, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I say the systematic programming that we go through, everybody goes through a different programming. At the ages that your oppressors say by the age of 7, we can predict what type of person you're going to be.
Really?
Because of the type of upbringing you've had. You know what I mean? So with me, you can just play in the background.
We can close up the show with it.
Yeah, you can close on the show. We close the show with it. You know what I mean? Like my programming was basically my shit damn thing. You got to think, playing ball, all of this, people telling you this and that. I love you. You like?
So you got big headed.
Anybody would.
Yeah.
Like it was easy to get girls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a life that it's not a healthy life, fucking lifestyle. Like, you know what I mean? All you're doing is you sitting in class. You ain't going to school. I wouldn't. I was sitting in class. Looking for the next victim. Somebody gonna pick me up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So you talking about trying to take that and be in a relationship? Does that even sound fucking right?
No, because you're not stable to be in a relationship.
What I say.
You wouldn't be stable.
We get into relationships and we're not even fucking ready to be in a relationship.
J Kid said, "Gotta love yourself before you love someone else," and that's facts. No, it's not even up for debate. And he said, "Going to you, he goes, it doesn't hurt no one to be a kid at heart."
Oh, I know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know. I'm definitely a kid. I be watching cartoons with my boys. I'm a big ass kid. But no, I'm not saying. It's when I say maturity, it's again my father was in my life.
He was or was not?
He was.
He was. That's good.
But again, I had those examples.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I had to mature and learn how to apply those examples, because a lot of times I think as men we're so fucking stubborn that we wait too fucking late and we be like, I know I'm fucking up, but
That's why we don't go to the doctor.
no, you know what? I'm scared about the prostate shit.
Dang. Gary said, me and my baby mama were together for 15 years. She still cheated on me because she wasn't right in the head. But in a relationship, it goes both ways. If she or he just don't feel the same, then it is what it is. As long as you try, but she wasn't willing to.
Right.
Wow, Gary. Thank you.
Gary, if you got to that point where you just felt like all thing was exhausted,
I give it to you, though. You're still being a father, and you're still there for your kids.
Yeah,
It matters.
you tried. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But again, I know a lot of people that got married for 2 years, and they done already.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about...
I think when it comes to those short relationships, is because... Like, again, it goes to the point where maybe you were in a vulnerable situation where you didn't love yourself, so you're looking for love in the wrong places. And then you found that... and you found that so-called great girl, great guy that was just kind of like, oh my gosh, he's such a good guy. But you're, like, emotionally unstable, so you don't understand, like, you don't belong with that person. Like, you just jumped into it. And then so you want to do everything so fast because, oh, I love you. But you're not loving yourself.
But even saying you're going with the wrong person, I'm not disagreeing with anything. But it's just like, unless the sex is just awesome, it's something that made you stay. It's something to be like, you know what? I like this person. I'm gonna move in with this person. I'm gonna do this over and over and over and over. It's something in that person that made you do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And again, granted, maybe the maturation, you grew away from each other, because I think that definitely, you know what I mean, that definitely is a factor. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, I think everybody's not meant for each other.
No.
But do we give up too fast?
It depends on what someone would say is too fast. Because you can give your all in 2-3 years and do things that couples haven't even done in 5 years.
Right.
And you can say you gave up.
Right.
I wouldn't say gave up. It's just you got tired of the bullshit, honestly. But someone else that things maybe started great for 3-4 years, and then just randomly that last year was like, okay, I'm done. Yeah. That's a difference, because you didn't try. Right. And I mean, you can. There's a lot of shit.
Trying is hard. Trying. You be trying with your teeth gritted. You ain't goddamn chipped the tooth because you've been chipped, motherfucker.
Yeah, you want to kill somebody, bro.
Get your ass away from me. I don't like you. Yeah. Like, trying is hard.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Think about how hard it is to say, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. That's a pride thing. And in a marriage or in a relationship, you can't be prideful. Like, you can't. That turns into, how does it say? It limits your communication. It limits your thought process of, like, how you supposed to trust somebody and stuff like that. Like,
let me interject this. Let me interject this. How much has social media affected? Because you think about our grannies, our aunties, and everybody who was back in the day, the goddamn, the baby's back there. He ready to bust through. Think about back then, you know what I mean? There was no social media. Mm-hmm. So it was literally you, them, in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think I hear a lot of people say, well, you got me out here looking stupid.
Looking crazy.
To who? To who? Social media's got us so fucked up. We're I see a lot of people relationship goes. You don't know what the fuck they going through. You getting a picture. Mm-hmm. You getting a picture of happiness. Jeez, they take that picture. Get your ass away from me.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a saying that
felt that shit.
There's a saying that goes with this, right? You're comparing. What is it? You're comparing. You played sports when you're comparing your bloopers to somebody else's highlight reel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you played ball, right? If all you ever seen was somebody who ended up being a bust, but you only saw his highlight reel, man, I'm gonna play like him.
Right.
Nah.
But he trash.
You gotta see the whole game.
Yeah, not seeing in them highlights his footwork tacky. He just gifted.
Right.
He not applying himself.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, applying yourself. Applying ourselves for relationships. Apply. You gotta coordinate. You ignorant. Shout out to Pops. No, like that. Yeah, that was a dope. I like that. Don't compare your bloopers
to someone else's highlights.
This is the Pipeline, DFWiRadio.
Mm-hmm.
Candy and me in here just vibing.
Candy and I. I had to do it. I had
Look
to
at my
do it.
face when she
I
did
know.
that. Look at my face when she did that shit.
Hit you with the Queen's English. He and I.
He corrects me all the time, though. You can't.
That was a get back.
That goddamn alright.
Anyways.
She wanna speak perfect English today. This deep ass conversation, she wanna speak perfect English.
Okay, my bad.
Nah, that was funny. No. We here vibing. How much time we got today? Ooh, time went by fast. This is a conversation that can go for hours. The motherfucker
So, Gary said social media is killing this word. Okay, listen, going back to that real quick, though. Social media will only destroy your relationship if you let it. Because in reality, I've been in relationships where it's just, oh, this guy commented on your picture, or me being petty as hell and be like, oh, this girl did this and that. But it's growth. Yeah. It's just like you said, like in reality, you can have social media. It doesn't matter if this guy likes your picture. It doesn't matter if they comment. It doesn't matter because I'm not giving them play. Right. So you don't have to let social media ruin the relationship. If you do, it's because you're not grown enough to handle a relationship.
Social media is purposely made to be addictive.
Hey,
so I won't disagree on that. I'm addicted to social media.
So how can that not how can that not affect you relationship wise? Because I don't mean to interrupt you. If you think about it like this: if you've never had a man or a woman, you never had that cohesion relationship. You never had that in your life, and you don't see what it is. Only examples you're getting is TV and social media. You're basing your happiness off something that you don't even realize what happiness really is supposed to look like.
Well, that's different.
Kobe,
that's
what up?
Different.
Husky, what up? You see what I'm saying? Like that's why it's so fucked up.
That's different.
It's all algorithms, man. Like y'all were like, so do y'all know about like how they roll out likes?
Oh yeah,
on Instagram.
What you mean?
Fucked up.
So check it. You put up a picture, okay? You put up a picture, and let's say between now and the next 2 hours, 100 people like it, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna see you just got 10.
Yep.
What?
And then if you get notifications, right? So then maybe in the next couple hours, I just got 15 more.
Yeah. It's like
so it keeps you going back, and then once you get on there, you scroll a little bit, since I'm here. You take a look and see what's going. Man, yeah. I topped out at 35 likes. Man, let me post another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now this one gets a few, but then the one that already had 100, they hit you with a few more. I got 45 more on it.
That's just ridiculous.
But think about it on the business side.
It's all algorithm.
If you're sitting there staying on there,
programming.
It's programming.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just because you stay on social media shouldn't let you mess up your relationship, though.
I'm not saying it does, but what I'm saying is not just social media. Just if again, this all started back from, the factors. The factors that they even got us to that point of saying I want to walk the fuck out. You know what I mean? And how y'all would have to go back and look at the beginning. I don't know how the fuck we got so we start talking about not having fathers in the house and everything. But it was one of the things we were saying. You know what I mean? But getting to that point, you know what I mean? With media itself, if you don't have that example, all you have is what you see. I mean, you got to think, if you live in one household, your parent is probably working how many jobs?
At least two.
To make ends meet, especially if you got more than one kid. So
definitely.
You getting home, you do your homework. What you doing? Watch the TV.
Yeah, you ain't really doing much
on your phone.
Yeah.
or you letting the streets raise you. And we know where they go.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Look how many are these examples to raise a child?
I mean, no, but if you really wanted an example, you would go find, like, for example, like, I had a friend. I'm not gonna put his name out there or anything like that, but he had a really rough childhood. Like, his dad ended up going to jail, all this stuff, and then his dad got out of jail and then actually killed his mom. Like, it was crazy. And what he did is he actually went and got a mentor. I don't remember what it was, from where or whatever, but a amazing black man that literally just took him through life.
Yeah.
Just took him through life, and he changed so much within a year of having that mentor. His mentality, the way he presented himself, the way he talked, walked, everything. Like, it was just amazing.
And think about,
but there's options, but how many people are gonna go do that though?
How many people are gonna know that you have mentors out there?
If they don't look, they ain't gonna find.
But if they never taught even about that existence.
It's you know what I'm saying. It goes back to those examples of being raised. Like, again, if you don't have anybody even showing you these examples, look what school used to be to what it is now. And even what it used to be when we were in elementary school, it was fucked up. If you really go back and look at it, they didn't let you ask questions. You know what I mean? If you ask why in history question, look at the goddamn book. Don't stop asking me all these goddamn questions.
I mean, yeah, but okay, I don't mean to say this in a mean way, but it's like, I feel like it's just excuses. Like, it does not. I understand, like, you might not have a dad, that's fine. You might not have a mom, that's fine. But you need to better yourself and be. If you have the balls to freaking have sex with a woman, if you have the balls to freaking open your legs to be with a man, like, you need to be that right woman and that man.
It's not excuses. It's more so much. It's education. You gotta think. If you don't know these things, if you don't know the system, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what we're going through in the every day, if you don't understand the system that is going against you, you're gonna always be working backwards.
Yeah,
you're fighting. You're going through mud. That's
true.
If you knowing thy enemy makes it that easier to navigate. Mm-hmm. That's why that book, The Art of War, is so fucking good, because it tells you, it basically gives you a snapshot of how they attack us. All you need to do is just apply everyday life to it. I just got the round though. We gotta start wrapping this thing up, man. Sorry, I tell you, I can go all day.
Yeah,
that's what they all say.
Hey man, we're gonna summarize this thing up as we do every time, man. Next week I'm gonna be in LA.
Okay.
It's home away from home.
Okay.
I love it.
What you gonna do? You gonna call in and she gonna be here, or y'all gonna post?
I ain't gonna be able. I'll bring somebody else.
We'll rest. We gonna get her to the point where she can do it by herself. We gonna get her there.
Me and Candy gonna be holding it down. We're holding it down, but we gotta get your blessing.
Are you gonna stay here with me?
No, if he's not here and he gives us the blessing to do a show in the future, I will be in here.
Okay, bet.
And then more likely we'll have him online. If we don't, we just gonna hold it down.
I'll be out of town again.
Okay.
We be moving.
You can depend on him. I'll be out of town.
Your wife said fathers are important. Tell you,
they are important.
Let's summarize this thing. Like, you know what I mean? We talked about a lot. We touched a lot.
We did.
We went from sports to shoes blowing out.
Poor Zion.
That man, ain't important nothing. He's rich. He can be rich. Y'all just sum this thing up real quick.
Summarize.
You gave us some blessings. Huh?
If it's real, make it work. If it's not, don't even start it.
I would say make sure you good with yourself before you jump into a relationship. Make sure you love yourself, because you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. Just make sure you're making the smart decisions, and if you are in a relationship or in a marriage, give your all. And if it don't work, it's okay. It's okay to move on. It's okay to start over. Just pick yourself up and keep pushing. Be positive, be motivated, do what you got to do, but just love yourself. Start over.
Jones, y'all got a book about this shit.
Oh, bro, man. I was on shout out to DFWiRadio, man. Yeah, we got a book, and we're about to do some workshops to where we get 4 couples to come in. and it'll be outfitted with food and wine and champagne, and each couple gets about 30 minutes, and then after that we do it like a reprise. Everybody gets to mingle. Yeah, man, we on a book, bro. I'm getting my Spielberg, my Stephen King on, without the horror stories. But basically, my synopsis is this: if you have a hernia, get surgery. That's pretty much it.
Hey, he's speaking on it, guys. Stop straining, man. Hey,
Eat foods ain't so solid, so you don't get.
So you ain't straining. That's all you want to do. No straining. Hey, man. All I can say is just be patient. Be patient, because ain't nothing easy. Whether it's business, whether it's anything in life, ain't nothing easy. I preach this to my boys all the time. I was telling my son the other day, can I quit basketball, do boxing? All right, you want to do boxing? I'm making him put my gloves on, go into the corner, do rounds, 3-minute rounds. We're going to see how easy it is. Nothing's easy. So let's just keep that in mind as we move. Moving out on the show, I got my project dropping on Monday. And now, look. Normally, I do not talk about myself on here. Normally, I do not talk. T. Jones will tell you. How many times have I talked about my own shit?
Bro, this nigga has the Detox album from Dr. Dre. The one that never came out, that's you.
Hey, I never talk about my own shit, but
Ever.
I'm so excited about this project.
Ever.
We gonna ride out to this track.
And
It's
I need
called-
singles. I need singles, bro.
I got you.
Because I'm putting them in rotation. So hopefully you got your publishing and stuff together.
Oh yeah. That's all done. This track is called "Who Knew." I'm not gonna stay on live too long, so if y'all want to listen along, go to DFWiRadio.com. DFWiRadio.com, or go to Treetop Dallas. You can see the project, the video we just dropped. But this track is called "Who Knew." I love this track. We love y'all for listening, man, and we just want y'all to. When we be back after that we back. You know. All right, we go. We out, man. Pipeline DFWI Radio. We got
Kenny Rodriguez.
and myself, Treetop.
You heard.
And man, you can just call me your guest. I'm over here filming it for my people. You know what I'm saying?
The
Be
guest.
Mr. David on
Creative
the
director.
IG life. You know what I'm saying? Quick shout out. Just show love to my folks. Artivas, Alfred Davis, Hennessy and Enemies. Love.
We
Yo.
out. Peace.
Who knew that all my life I'd be this way? Creative, don't look down, but look both ways. I blew a few, see life be hard someday. Told myself to relax and just hear me though, the system fear is show. That's why we always get the short. And I wanna complain, but mama taught me never show no hope in your veins. Okay, I sit and evolve in a phase. It's a bit trippy one days, smoking the best of the haze. So for like Frankie and Maze, I could just wait, controlling myself for a case. Just and I cannot erase. Guess I done well on this pace. I learned the shit supposed to take on. Feeling kinda froggy, so I'm taking on Goliath. You dying, they say, won't mind it today. Together, always better. Fornicate and evolve with missions of levels of weather. Umbrella, okay, I feel pressure, no more see. Ain't for me, I can't deal with humans.